Wheel bearings will last a lot longer if they're properly greased. So we're going to show you how to do that using a special tool that I purchased off Amazon. It's a 44 millimeter, I believe. I'll look at it when we get going. Insert this special tool to grease your wheel bearings without taking it off your machine. I'm using a impact screwdriver or impact drill. You don't have to do that, but sure makes life a lot easier when you have one. And this is basically a 700 foot-pound. Got it off Amazon. I think it cost like 90 bucks. Pretty easy to use. Just makes life easier. Sometimes. All right. So next we're going to get to the wheel bearing. Next step, we need to get our brake shoes off. There's a 15 millimeter bolt here and a 15 millimeter bolt back here. And I've already loosened them up for the sake of the video here, but just get your 15 millimeter socket wrench or opening wrench and do that. Too tight to get my impact screwdriver back there. So you take these out and just pull your brake pads off. And since a lot of people they'll hang them up either way, but I'm just going to lay these right there since all I'm doing is greasing my wheel bearing. And then I've already, for the purpose of the video, I've already loosened the axle nut. I did do that with the impact drill. And so we'll pull out the cotter pin. You want to get a new one of those put in. You can use them, but I wouldn't recommend it. As you can see, this one's pretty bent up. And I think the torque on these is somewhere around, oh gosh, 140, 150. You have to, please look that up. Don't quote me on that. But we're going to make sure it's torqued out to specs. So after you get this off, hopefully your disc air and everything right there will come right out. It looks like we're going to have good luck with that. And that's going to expose your wheel bearing. And so upcoming next, I have a special tool I'm going to put in there and grease this thing up pretty good. It's got a little bit of grease in it already, but really doesn't have enough to go out in the trail with it. Okay, we're back. So this is the tool I was telling you about. As you can see, this is a 44 millimeter tool that you slide in right here. And I'm going to, as you can see, there's your axle right there. You can move up and down. So what you want to do, once you get the proper size in there, you can slide it up in there. And the O-ring and this ring, and then you see there's a grease channel right there in the middle. One O-ring, two O-rings, and then a grease channel. So you push it in there until you know it's firmly in there. And then I'm going to show you the old wheel bearing that I took out of it. This wheel bearing is about 8 years old. It's got a little bit of play. It's not horrible, but I want to go ahead and replace them. If you can see in the center of that wheel bearing on the inside there, there's a groove there. That's actually a place where the grease will go into once you put pressure on it. This tool here forces grease right there. And you know it's full when you see the grease come out around the edges here. You won't be able to see it, but it'll also come out the back a little bit. Don't put too much in, but you want to see it come out. Okay, so let's proceed and we'll show what we're doing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grease this up. And we hope to get some grease come out of there. All right, if you look closely, you can see the grease is coming around the seal there a little bit. That's fine. That's what you want to see. So we know we have good grease in there. So we're going to pull this thing out and put it all back together. My disc assembly slid right on, no problem. If you noticed, there are splines on your axle that actually fit into your hub. Now what I usually do, I put a little bit of spline grease on them. This stuff is friggin' expensive, but it does protect your axle and your spine. Now I did pull out the axle earlier and put some spline grease on that end as well. So anyway, just consider using some spline grease. Any grease would work, keep it protected, but this would work much better because it's made to last longer. So now we're going to make sure we get your washer back on. If you remember when you took it apart, you do have a washer. You want to put that back on. Get your nut, get that back on. Make sure you got your specs, your torque specs, look those up. And like I said, I believe it's like 150, 140, 150. So put that back on. I will torque that down later. But, and obviously, you don't want to forget your cotter pin. So I do have a new cotter pin, brand spanking new cotter pin. So when you put it back together, it's a good idea to, if I can get that thing to focus, to have one of those. There we go. Now you can see it. All right, so we're going to torque this thing down. We're going to put our brakes back on just the opposite way. No problem there. Get our tire back on, and we're done. So good luck with that. Look up those torque specs, and thank you for watching.